Hello everyone, my name is Brennan Whitaker, but you probably already know it from name and channel. And today we'll be talking about the LGBT's failures in terms of refusing to address or even cast a stone at any related issues or incidents regarding any of its many letters. Now, the first one on the list would be trans people in Olympics. Now, obviously, biologically, men have a greater advantage over women when it comes to physical activities. And the Olympics, it's basically amplified. You have many examples of basically a man pretending to be a woman beating basically every record a woman's ever made in terms of marathons, say boxing. I think the most recent one is that New Zealand man basically breaking, I don't know, every heavyweight record a woman's ever made. It was just the one. So yeah, so far LGBT has not answered anything about this. They have not addressed it. They haven't even taken a stab at it in any way of where they could possibly make it uh, seem like an attack on them. No, nothing about this has been addressed at all from them. Okay, and next thing on the list would be the LGBT is exclusive to non-straight people. Now, it has many letters, but straight or heterosexual is not actually in it. You you have the word ally, but that doesn't mean straight. As a matter of fact, ally can basically mean a gay person is an ally with a trans person, or a non-binary person is an ally to a, I don't know, asexual person. That's basically how it works. And plus, an ally basically means alliance, as in you're going against something. What are you going against exactly? If straight people are the only letter not in your club, and you have these allies, who exactly are you going against? Again, this has not been addressed or even uh, given the old go about. Has not been nothing's been said about this. All right, and next thing on the list would be LGBT does not attempt to teach anything about safe sex regarding same-sex couples. I guess that's really the only option I can think of is just same-sex couples when you think about it. So yeah, nothing about that. Nothing about preventing the spread of HIV, AIDS. Nothing about using protection. Nothing about what differences there would be with you know same sex. Now you do have sites where they technically have teachings, but no, I don't think those teachings are reliable. This is just me. I'm just gonna go on a whim here and say I don't trust them. I don't really trust them at all. Okay, and next thing would be LGBT has no program for bringing near aborted babies to adoptions for same-sex families. Now, what I mean by this is, say you have a woman who wants to have their baby up for abortion. You'd have a program that would be able to not only stop that, but give the child, or birth the child, and then give it to a family who wants to adopt it. However, no, there's no program for that, and there's not really anything about this. I searched this up as well as the safe sex thing, and no, there is nothing like it. You might as well said I might as well have just said I made it up in my head because I basically did. Now you do have this little option on top where you can say if you're pregnant on this site, but that's not really the same as preventing, you know, death of a child. It's not all the same. It's merely just an option. So yeah, I guess I made this one up. So I guess he can't address it if it technically doesn't exist. So I'll give him that. All right, next one is LGBT so far has no say in other countries, banning any other sexuality, which many have the death penalty or just life in jail. A few of those countries would be Qatar and Iran, but don't be fooled. There is a very long list besides those two. Those are the only two recent ones at the moment. So far, LGBT has not mentioned this. If anything, it seems like they want to shy away from this and just only go on about the country that we're in right now, which is basically where the LGBT was founded, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like anyone can just figure that out. All right, and next thing on the list would be gender dysphoria. Now, I know everyone is sensitive about what that actually means, even though it just means you're confused about your own gender. You don't really know your own self identity. But I feel like we kind of went a little too far with this. Now, 58 genders that are interchangeable, 58 genders that you can simply transition through with fluidity anytime you want, anytime you feel like it. I feel like it is safe to say that maybe there is a lack of self and maybe there is some kind of psychological uh trauma going on there if you believe there are 58 genders and you can just change to them any way you like without changing your outlook or in look if that's even possible. I don't think it is, to be honest. Yeah, so far LGBT is I guess technically have addressed this, but they went against it. So yeah, sensitive topic, but it it just has it's gone a little too far. I think this isn't really far-fetched. I feel like I'm not really going out of my way saying this. All right, and then next thing would be countries painting the trans flag on their homes so that they're not bombed by our military drone strikes. Now, I'm not actually even sure if this is real or not, but let's say it is. LGBT still hasn't addressed it, even if it is fake. If it were fake, to be honest, it'd be easy to just dismiss it and say no, that never happened. But so far, no, nothing on that. And if it is real, which is obviously worse, to have countries try to appeal to you in fear of being viciously bombed and murdered is definitely something to worry about, for your image. But I guess that doesn't matter because, again, has not been addressed at all. Okay, and the next one would be the possible push of sexism through gender stereotypes. Now, hear me out for a moment. I guess technically I made this one up, a second one I made up, but just think of this for a moment. If a man is trying to transition to a woman, but they have no idea how a woman actually thinks because they aren't a woman, they most likely will try and pretend what and act like how they think a woman acts. This is basically a way of big stereotypes. They're simply just going to project onto them whatever they already see women do, no matter what it is. It can be a first impression, it can be a lasting impression, it can simply be something that has been said from a Mandela effect. And from that, you have these people acting like whatever they think a woman is, and that only creates more stereotypes. If anything, this is more sexist than the "get back in the kitchen" phrase. because that phrase it's it's neutral. You can say that to literally anyone. It's been said to me, right? And that being said, the last one would be the possibility of pedophilia through the LGBT. Now, what I mean by this is, no, I'm not saying that pedophiles are the next P of the letter. No, I am talking about the drag trans story hour, drag race story hour, basically. You've had a few incidents of many drag queens, I guess that's what they're called, being actual child violators. That's the lightest way of putting it, I guess. And now the LGBT has not said anything about this, even though they are convicted child violators. And and while the LGBT again does not support pedophilia, you have movements like Antifa who supports pedophilia and is at defense of it, and is also a supporter of the LGBT. So affiliations are intertwined with this, but so far the LGBT has not said anything about this. That being said, these are all the mishaps, the failures, the things that don't even exist because no one thought about it, because no one gave two thoughts about anything except wanting to feel special. And with that, I guess that's the end of the video. You know, uh, if you liked it, you liked it. If you want to comment, just comment. I really do want feedback on this. You know, tell me what you think about all this and if any of this is far-fetched, if any of this is even real, because it's very hard to believe at this moment. Just tell me if any of this was actually constructive. I appreciate all the feedback I can get. And I guess with that, that's the end. Take care.